And I just want to correct the Superman thing. He's actually tougher than I thought he was. George Reeves is the one I'm talking about. He's not modern day Hollywood buff, but he's regular person pretty buff. Yeah, he's I guess I just thought he was kind of lame because I'm used to steroid Thors now. This is before that.
Who plays? What's his name? I'm spacing out. That plays Superman now. The guy from
Henry Cavill, maybe.
Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw Derek on More
It's
Plates.
An alley-oop, Kyle. I get you close.
You nailed it. You nailed it. That's one of the ones that he doesn't believe was on steroids for the role. Is Henry Cavill. Like he's just.
I'm sorry.
He's just like, yeah, he's not even that big. I mean, he's barely
not that
fit.
big, right?
He's
Guy's
barely
got
fit.
There's a fucking badass 6-pack and a massive pecs and delts that come out, and he's like, he's kind of fat, right? Is everybody all
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I should be so fat.
Yeah, I love when Derek like reviews somebody who's just like, he's trying to like, oh, is this guy on steroids or not? And he's just like, I mean, come on, look at it. It was like the guy that plays Captain America, Chris. Is it Evans? I think it's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Looking at Chris Evans, and he's like, I mean, he had a nice base already, and what did he pack on? 5 pounds of muscle? Clearly not on anything. Look, they're just trying to make him look big here. He's wearing a medium-sized Under Armour, and he barely looks fit. I'm just like, that's fucking Captain America.
That's the kind of shit he says about Captain America. It blows me away. Like, he barely looks fit. I'm like,
it's because that guy makes all of them look like a bitch.
Yeah, he's the Delt God. He's the Delt God. I like him. I still watch his stuff. I don't follow a lot of it. He's really sciencey. And I need him to dumb it down for me a touch.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
But I start every video.
Yeah, go check him out. Moreplatesmoredates.com and his YouTube channel is More Plates, More Dates. It's some really entertaining shit.
Oh, he has a domain too?
I'll put that in the queue.
Yeah, he writes little articles on there, breaks things down.
I wonder if I'd like it in written form even more. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Perhaps there's pictures there too.
No, I
big words.
I'm telling you, like, he's the Delt God. It's just those. They're big words and they're big new words to me. And he uses these adjectives or I guess verbs like this one's more androgenic, and I'm like, it sure is.
Yeah. Hey, come on, get to something a little more advanced. I think we're all
he was talking about Ronnie Coleman today. For people who don't know, Ronnie Coleman was like Mr. Olympia for many years running. He's probably one of the most gargantuan human beings that's ever lived. Enormous black guy. Just Google Ronnie Coleman. He was on Rogan either today or yesterday.
Oh,
and
cool.
he was saying that he was natural competing in Mr. Olympia and all these bodybuilding competitions up until he was 30. And Derek is looking at this guy's pictures like leading up to when he's 30 and then right after, and he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I believe it because he just exploded after that. This guy just has the greatest genetics of all time, apparently. Ronnie Coleman, and look, Ronnie Coleman, 1998, Mr. Olympia, I want to say, is when he's at his biggest. He's getting close to 300 pounds.
Yes, 5'11", 297 pounds. That is an enormous amount.
And like 3% body fat at the most. All right, it's something
for real.
insane.
3.
Ronnie claims less than 1%. But his bone did. And I saw Greg Doucette talking about this. He claims that it's possible that he used the hydrostatic underwater weighing system to like get his body fat, and because his bones are so dense as an African American power athlete, as they would be, that it could come out to less than 1%. But factually, like if we got all the visceral fat and the fat on his organs, there's no way. But still, it's less than 5. It's less than 5. It is.
Guys, for like just gonna pay homage here, Phil Heath is a guy who's been, winning over the last, he's been competing over the last, I guess, like 12. I don't know how long he's been competing, but he's won many titles. And he's, I guess his nickname is the Gift, or he's referred to himself as the Gift, or that's what people call him. But if you look at him, he like looks like those Photoshop pictures.
What's his name again?
It's like Phil Heath. Yeah, he looks like those Photoshop pictures like on Facebook, old Facebook ads where it was like someone was like super like puffed out muscles.
Oh God, look at this guy.
Yeah, he's just like he's
5'9",
like a really,
240
He
pounds.
looks like he's gonna explode.
he really is.
He has
His
abs are interesting. He doesn't have ab definition, and more plates, more dates can explain that. I forget what it is. But do you see this guy's at like 0% body fat, but he doesn't have defined abs really?
You talking about the muscle inserts?
I don't think I'm talking about muscle inserts. I think I'm talking about
what do you mean?
HGH
This guy
guy?
has abs though.
let me give you the picture that I'm looking at.
I see a picture of him here, and his belly looks like a turtle's back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, I think more plates. I forget where I read the explanation for this. That there's like maybe that's what a zero body fat bubble gut looks like, or
Like
something.
the bubble gut. Yeah, that happens. Like they have to flex it.
Like you
for
can
it
see
to-
at other times in his career, even now, he doesn't have abs that you'd think. Oh, he has like a 4-pack at best in some of these. It's interesting. Yeah.
His head doesn't look like it is real. Like the way it fits on his body, it
Yeah.
looks like it's been photoshopped onto his body.
He looks like
looks
someone's
one of my-
vacuum sucked his
Yeah.
skin. Like, you know?
Taylor, we've talked about this before about like how big that you think is ideal to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you could switch place, if you could have this body, would you opt for that as just
Yeah.
a regular?
You would take that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Me too.
Think of how much laziness I can get away with before I'm back down to just enormous guy.
That's what. Yeah. Someone asked me if I
How
would
many
rather
snacks
have
can you eat? How
a
much muscle?
perfect body or a perfect head of hair, and I chose the hair because if you gave me a perfect body, I'd just fuck it up anyway.
Oh,
right?
that's a good. No, but I would have a great 10 months.
Just bullying people every day.
Bullying people and then just going home and eating boxes of Cheez-Its, burgers, hot dogs, whatever you want. It's interesting, like comparing these kind of guys, like the bodybuilding guys, their bodies to the powerlifting guys, because I've never really watched any bodybuilding stuff. I'm a lot more interested by the powerlifting videos, and it's like Eddie Hall, this giant motherfucker, who's like 6'4", 400 pounds. Like they look heavy, like they just look fat. You know, not fat. It's the kind of fat where it's like if you just saw a belly shot, you'd be like, oh man, somebody enjoys their beer. But if you pan up and like see how enormous the pecs, traps, everything is, like, oh, that guy can probably throw a Civic 10 yards. If he wanted.
Do you see he lost a bunch of weight, Eddie Hall, in
Oh,
retirement?
Good for him.
Yeah, he's still super strong. I'm going to give you a link.
Yeah, him and
But-
Brian Shaw. He's a real good one too.
But
So-
his body actually looks
Oh, yeah, I
pretty
know this
good
guy.
now. And so people watching this on the
It
left,
looks like a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Like turned
on the
to life.
left, that's him in competitive shape. That's what he looked like when he won World's Strongest Man.
That guy is enormous.
On the right, that's what he looks like in retirement. He even has it's weird how he like
I feel like you could stab him and it's okay.
Look at that
I feel
terrible
like you could
tattoo he
stab
has.
that gut and it's okay.
which
Dude,
one?
and he's 6
Look,
foot.
all right,
three.
all right, this guy has the dumbest tattoo I've ever seen in my life. All right, look in the picture where he's fit now. You know, he's
Okay.
I'm
defined
not
as-
about to start insulting this guy's.
I'm gonna.
tattoos or
I'll
anything
insult
like
him. I don't care. What's he gonna do?
that. He's gonna
Anything he
slap the
wants.
shit
You better
out
hope
of
he's
him.
not
What's his name
gay.
again? Fuck. You're a pussy, Eddie Hall. You heard it here. What you gonna do? Come get me?
You didn't come fucking
You heard
suck
it
all
here.
our dicks.
You heard it here first. Yeah.
You can't scratch your own back, you big pussy. So like he's got these
You just have-
tattoos.
how do you escape a powerlifter? You just have to run in serpentine. They have trouble changing
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah. Come see me when you can wipe your own ass. So look at these tattoos on his chest, on his pecs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of Japanese symbols or something, but they're mirrored.
That's the part
Think
you
of-
hate?
Think about what it says. These are words. I don't know what the word is, but let's just say it means unity. Imagine the word unity on the left pack, and then you mirror it, which is just gibberish, not even real letters on the right pack. Like you can't mirror words. It doesn't work that way. It's a word. It's not just a shape that you mirror so that it's symmetrical.
So basically, yeah, it even says here, it says
I'm
Eddie
also
Hall has
not a fan of the
has
tattoo.
a single character tattooed on his chest. On the left pectoral, The character reads the correct way. On the right, it's mirrored. It means power, force, strength, or ability. Why not just get it once written the right way? Because he's a sucker for symmetry.
Yeah.
A smart guy like him, I'm so surprised he'd make
He
this
is
decision.
smart.
Well,
I see where you went there, but if you listen to him,
It's not what I hear, Woody.
if you listen to him though, like I like it when athletes do that. Arian Foster did that on this show too. Before I heard anything from Arian Foster, I guess I thought, one of the league's best running backs wasn't going to be one of the league's better scholars. And then you hear him and you're like, oh damn, I came in, I was wrong. Eddie Hall, I thought the same thing. I thought that he'd be, I see you smiling, I know what I'm doing. It's all cool. Eddie,
No,
we're friends now, Arian and I. What did I say his name?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. So Eddie Hall, same sort of thing. I said his name right, I think.
Yeah, Eddie Hall.
Fine, fuck it. I'm moving on. Eddie Hall, same thing. I guess I thought that, he'd be kind of not interesting to hear from. But what am I messing up? Why is everyone laughing and leaving me out here drowning?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just
I don't
tickled
know
by
what
the whole thing. I'm still thinking about,
All right,
I'm
all
having
right.
my own little private joke. I'm not laughing at you. I promise.
So
I was
Eddie
making a
Hall
joke.
gave a good
Obviously,
interview,
Eddie Hall's
and
a name.
he's smarter than I thought he was. So that's where I was headed with that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get over the size of that unit in that left side of the photo.
It's insane.
belly?
It's really insane.
And he's
It's
6'3".
like really,
And then you
that's
see
like
him
a
standing
lot
next
of
to the
human.
mountain. Crazy.
I like
I think
that.
that belly's important for leverage with some of the lifts they do. I think they use that a lot for some of those
never
Atlas.
considered that.
Yeah, getting the bar up or like the boulder thing on top of
The
it.
Atlas stone in particular and the kegs. I would imagine that a big protruding
my
belly
God.
like that would be
It's
Yeah, so I probably
Bro,
most people have seen
strategy belly?
Stuntman, but this is how it works. They have to pick up like a big sphere, it's super heavy, and put it on a pedestal. That pedestal is about nipple high. So if you have a washboard stomach, it's all arms. If you can just get it on your belly and then tip it up,
get your whole body involved.
I didn't think of that. I bet it helped.
But
But
that makes sense. But also, I feel like the sheer amount of muscle mass these guys have to put on, they have to be eating just ludicrous amounts of food. So, getting
10,000 calories, 10,000 calories a day, 6 to 8 meals a day. It's got their shitting schedule has to be off the chain.
it's got to be outrageous. And the way they look, the way this guy looks on a
shits are
toilet,
ridiculous.
dude, every
It
single
is
one
that
of
big
like an
stone.
iceberg. It crests the surface.
He has to open his ass. He has to really open it.
I wonder how much steroids they do, because it's come to my attention lately that a lot of these super athletes, and this is from More Plates, More Dates too, don't take outrageous amounts of steroids. That just getting yourself to, if a teenager has a 800 on the high end, getting yourself to 12 or 1300 is a lot. It's not normal, but you don't have to do, if you're just 50% above a normal person and you have good genetics, amazing things happen. You don't have to double and triple to get these results.
Yeah, there's diminishing results with that.
What are you talking about? Doubling and tripling? I don't understand.
Steroids
our testosterone levels. We have a guy in our PKA hangout. Sign up for the Patreon down below. If you're a $50 member, you get to hang out with us for 4 hours, just chilling and asking questions. It's a really good time. It honestly is. We do it every month. But there's a guy in there who does testosterone and maybe tren as well, trenbolone. And his levels are super physiological, upwards of 13 or 1400. And he's pretty jacked.
He is. And he's also low body fat. He looks good. Looks like a superhero.
High bone density kind of guy, if you know what I mean.
That's what the steroids really help with is putting on muscle and losing fat. That's the most commendable thing that, I know, Taylor, you said you like the strong lifting shit. I love that too, but I really like the bodybuilding. I used to really be into that. Ever since I saw Pumping Iron, I was like, whoa, it's an interesting world. And then I watched that, I forget the one with Phil Heath and Kai Green. And then that guy on YouTube, Calum, and it's all that stuff. It's just so interesting. It's you look at it and it's this is if we work on our body as hard as we can, and if we took the most advanced medical information, what is the final result, and it's literally these like Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean?
Do you like the physique competitions? Those are my favorite. I'm getting a little gay here on you.
I
No,
like
I like watching them pick up the heaviest shit.
I like when they
no,
strip
that's
them
cool.
down.
That's cool. I see. Like I like the big shit too because I'm like, well, this guy. Like I'm just looking at this guy, and I'd love to see him pick up shit and throw it around, you know.
Mhm.
But there's something so trippy about these guys where there's so much muscle that their muscle has muscle, and they're trying to like flex them all, and then you got them on stage and they're all smiling and doing. It's just a weird ass fucking sport.
It's a super
mesmerizing.
weird sport.
I like
It's
the
really
physique thing.
mesmerizing.
The physique guys, they
Yeah,
target what I consider perfect, right? And I think the world of bodybuilding considers that like the amateur league. Sometimes people graduate from physique, and I hear you. But for
Try
me,
and do because it's that, but now add 150 pounds somewhere.
for me
like
though, the physique
100
guys are the end goal, right? You know that if
Oh,
it was
yeah, like
if it
every
was
day.
bow and arrow, the bodybuilders they over penetrate or something. Like it's not even what you want. But
No.
the physique guys, like that's the body I would like to have before I fuck it up in 3 months.
Dude, if you're going to be a physique guy, like this picture of Eddie Hall on the right, even with his stupid ass Japanese shit, the one on the right, like the post
Getting
weight
killed.
loss, I would much rather look like that than the Ronnie Coleman.
You were
build.
telling me earlier, Taylor, that you thought that you could beat up Eddie Hall.
Given certain provisions, if I have the high ground,
Yeah.
and I get a sword, then I might have a chance. Yeah.
You know what? I would do that. Normally, I wouldn't agree with you, but I would take it if I get his strength too.
Oh, if I get his
if
strength and
get
I have
his
a sword
strength-
in the high ground, of
If I
course I
get
win.
his strength, if I get his strength,
That's all he has over me is being bigger and stronger.
No, I meant like if you like, well, rather than Ronnie Coleman or this guy, which body would you prefer? I would take this guy if I can get his strength. I would even take the fat belly version if I get his strength.
Oh, if I get his
But I'm
strength,
not gonna
dude, imagine what it
compete.
would be like. I would just be walking up to parking. Oh man,
I think Woody and I
no
are.
spots near the front of the grocery store. I guess I'll move this car.
No,
Yeah, I
Woody
would
and I
beat up
and
agree
then
so
park.
much on this. It's better to look strong than be strong. How often does strength come
I
into
want
play in your
everyone
life?
in every room that I walk into to be terrified.
Yeah, it will be if you
I
look
do know.
strong.
You know, you make a great point. I remember when I was working out a lot and like I was quite
Yeah,
fit for
Woody.
myself. People would be like, "Oh, you got to help me move and stuff like that." And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "My fridge, my couch, it's heavy." I'm like, "I can't help you." They're like, "But you go to the gym all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself moving your shit couch. I got to go to the gym all the time."
Dude,
See, but once
I'm
you
not
hit a
gonna
certain
use my
threshold-
muscle outside of the gym.
Once you get to a certain threshold of bigness, like Eddie Hall has, you think any of his friends are ballsy enough to ask him to help move? No. So you
Yes.
escape that by getting
Dude.
big enough.
No, if I'm Eddie Hall's friend, I'm like, you look like you're designed for picking shit up. As a matter of fact, you are one of the world's best at picking shit up.
You know, a couple years ago, you literally were. So how about you
Yeah.
hop on over and grab this?
You know, with
couch?
any of the rest of my friends, I have to take the water out of the fish tank first. But with you, just carry that.
Eddie, help me! I've got 15 kegs. I need to get moved quickly.
But this guy,
Hurling them.
this guy, like the second
these
one in
guys-
particular, that's the actual target, not Eddie
These
Hall.
are two different guys, though. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
like
These are all different
The
people. but-
bottom guy is
Bottom guy's
much
huge.
bigger than the top guy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you're talking about the top guy. This bottom guy,
Right,
now
okay.
you're in jacked realm.
They
Now
photoshopped
you're
the other guy's face onto this. What the fuck
it's
is
the
up with
tanning. It's
no,
the
it's the
tanning.
tanning. They do that because
that? Looks absurd.
It does.
And you
It
look like
does.
an
I don't know
asshole
why
in
they
your
don't.
red shorts.
I don't know why they don't do the face also. It's just to complete it. I don't
Either
know.
of
I
these
don't know either. It's
guys,
a great thing.
either of these guys are closer to what I consider the target than Eddie Hall.
But these guys, I gotta say, like these guys are very different. Like the bottom guy would be crazy insulted if he knew that you were saying him and this guy versus that guy. I know for sure. He'd be like, "Are you fucking crazy?" He'd be like, "I'm 80 pounds heavier than that
You
guy."
think I look like Ryan Weber?
Yeah, this
That's
But I
like
know
saying
what
that
you're
Ryan,
saying.
Ryan Weber looks like you. I'm gonna
I know-
kill
I
you.
know what
Then
you're
he's going to
saying.
roid rage.
But if you're gonna look at this bottom guy here, then you have to pull up like classic Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday and tell me like that's not. If you're gonna be this bottom guy, you might as well go all the way and just be like,
I'll try. I'll see.
like
yeah, I mean Schwarzenegger in his heyday,
that's like
outrageous.
yeah, it's just
Like
the
which
best.
Schwarzenegger,
Still the
right?
best.
Like even when he's 16 in that black and white photo where he's flexing
Oh
a
yeah,
bicep,
he's so big.
he's so big at 16 when he's
I was
flexing
like
that bicep.
20 when I first saw that, and I was choked.
Even
I was like, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
isn't Schwarzenegger a lot bigger than the guy I linked?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
He is.
yeah.
I'm just saying, if you started at Ryan Weber and then you went to that guy, I'm kind of like, hey, why not go one step further at that? You're
Who's the-
already there.
Mhm.
Is it Connor Murphy? What's the guy's name who Connor Murphy, who no plates, no dates is always fussing it?
I don't know who Connor Murphy is.
I think I do.
You're about to.
This is the guy that takes his shirt off.
Have
Yeah.
you seen?
The ice hockey defenseman?
There's another one.
He
Oh.
takes his shirt off.
Have you seen the drama between Greg Doucette and Athleen X?
No.
No.
Oh man, he's looking good.
Oh man, that guy looks like a laboratory experiment.
Are we
Yeah.
talking about Connor Murphy?
Yeah, the one you just linked. He's kind of like
Yeah, he
perfection there.
He looks great. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks.
He looks like if you walked by an Abercrombie and Fitch and he was
That.
outside in blue jeans, you'd be like, "That's a good
Yeah.
one."
He should be spray painted chrome with his head cut off, and he would fit right into that store window.
He
Yeah.
still looks great, but not quite as perfect. I think he backed off the steroids a touch. More plates, more dates has a thing on it. Like you could see his hairline receding, which is
yeah.
I guess that's a steroid thing, or so he backed off the steroids, or maybe he's also had some mental issues. He spent some time in a psych ward.
Cool.
He spent a couple weeks in there, like because he's struggling, but body wise, he's doing great.
Mental health is badass.